विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडिताः समदर्शिनः. Now panditaha. Usually this word, as we know, we call scholars as pandit. But in the Bhagavad Gita when it comes, Bhagavan indicates by this word panditaha to the sages, the wise men. It's not only scholarly knowledge, but it is the wisdom which makes them pandita. So panditaha samadarshinaha. The sages look within with an equal eye. The sages look with an equal eye. So definitely one thing is sure, that the sages look at anything and everything or anybody and everybody with equal eyes. Not a common man. So we see not one behind all the forms. We see differences. Whereas the sages see that one behind every form, color, caste, creed, shape, whatever. Brahmane gavi hastini, vidya vinaya sampanne brahmane. If a wise man looks at another Brahmin who is also wise because of his knowledge and humility, vidya and vinaya. See how beautifully told over here. Endowed with learning and humility. A Brahmin endowed with knowledge and humility. So we can understand that in fact knowledge and humility should go hand in hand. But it so happens that as much we are learned, that much we are arrogant. So where goes our humility? He is a true Brahmin who not only has knowledge but also has humility. Who not only has humility but also has got knowledge. Both ways, right? A humble Brahmin, not knowledgeable, no use. A knowledgeable Brahmin but very arrogant, again no use. But suppose there is a Brahmin who is well versed in the scriptures, he is very learned, as also he is humble, whether he is our wise man, the sage is looking at him, or Gavi, a cow, Hastini, an elephant, Shuni, a dog, Chaeva, Shwapak, or an outcast. Shwapak, dog eater, not in true sense, it is outcast. Panditaha samadarshinaha. The sages have an equal eye for all these. Now we will see no relevance in these words used by the Lord over here. At random, a cow, an elephant, or a learned humble Brahmin, or an outcast. Why? He has selected words at random. Because the moment he will use some very specific words, our attention will go to the sequel which he has used. Because that's how the people who learn the scriptures have been trained. To find sequel in everything. Pancha Mahabhuta, so we'll go sequally. Pancha Jnanendriya, so again we'll go sequally. Trailokya, the three worlds, again we'll go systematically. Here there is no system. That means we have to focus on something else. What should be the focus? On what when we read these words? Samadarshana. Samadarshana is important. It is absolutely irrelevant as to whether the person is rich or poor, whether it's a being, an insignificant being or a human being, whether he is a great soul or an ordinary human being, whether it's a thing or being, whether it's an animal or a human being, irrespective of that, we will still have to see that one behind every form. That is more important. But then the confusion might arise. What if I look at God and dog equally? Won't I be misbehaving with both? Because I will give the status of God to dog and the status of dog to God. Then what will happen? Again, see, this is how we get confused. Or for argument's sake, we just want to confuse ourselves. Because we cannot see that oneness in all. Therefore, we want to confuse ourselves. Or we just want to argue. Because we don't really approve with the Shastras. It has already been told that the sages look at all with equal eyes, not a common man. So what can be the view of a sage towards the world? So now, well, let us take an example. We went to the jeweler's shop, all of us, okay? Nice, no? We all can go to a jeweler's shop, why not? So we all went. Just to find this example, we'll go. So we went. And then somebody liked silver jewelry, and somebody liked gold, somebody liked platinum, somebody liked diamonds. Because so many of us, so our views will be different. Somebody liked gems and some other colorful stones. And then we all bought one ornament, all of us, and went back home. So don't you think that the jeweler knows the price of each metal separately, each stone separately, genuine or not separately? So his eyes will be on ornaments or genuinity of the metals? Definitely the genuinity of the metals. So we all went back home, and then we were all very smart. So we went back home, copied the same ornaments in ordinary metals, went back with the whole lot, keeping the original ones with ourselves, and told the jeweler that we don't want it. What will be the first thing the jeweler do? He will not try to compare the design by any chance. He is not interested. He will just see one thing, the genuinity of the product, right? So he will first find whether this gold ornament has actual gold or not. The silver has got actual silver or not. The platinum has got actual platinum or not. So he is looking at the essence, whereas we were looking at the what? The imposition of different names and forms and colors, not the essence. So he found out very soon that it's all false. So he'll say, please take it back and bring the original ones. So we will see, we'll say, no, the design is the same. See, look, we'll have the pictures, see, exact picture. He'll say, what will I do with the picture? I am looking at the essential metal that has been used. So the wise man, the sage, is looking at that essence in all of us. We are just roaming around looking for the designs, the colors and forms, and we get attracted to those. If I can see the essence, then what is that essential factor in all of these forms? Is one without a second. Is not different than mine. That's the most wonderful experience that the sage must be having. That sense of oneness can come only when you look at the essence. So what's the point on seeing the differences? What's the point? Drop the differences. Look at that one in all. Now, if I look at that one in all, then again that confusion, I can place dog in the place of God and God in the place of dog because I see that one. So, therefore it has been mentioned, the sages, the wise men. So, the wise men from within their heart, they see that one in all, and they use their intellectual discrimination to give the right place to the right object, without any consideration of likes and dislikes, without any attachments or aversions, irrespective of what religion that the sage would have been born in. For him, the Supreme has the supreme place in whatever form, by whatever name you can call, right? And it can be an elephant or a cow. So will he hate or love or get attached or get averted to a dog or to a cow? No. Why? Because he will place the cow in the place of cow and he'll place the dog in the place of dog and God in its own place and the human being in its own place. So where is the question of attachment? We in our attachment, we become biased, partial, selfish. We behave with hatred, with love, with likes and dislikes. The sages will not have those. Samadarshana is that. There should be no confusion in understanding this word, otherwise there will be terrible misunderstanding while doing our sadhana. Instead of reaching the essential factor, we will further keep discriminating. Or we will keep aside all our intellectual ability as human beings and we will be a confused, interactive human being. Again there will be great problem. So what should be the place of my shoes in my house? Where should I place my shoes in the house? Simple, no? Not on dining table definitely. Where should I place them? Not inside the house, right? Just outside the house. Just outside the main door. But will that mean that therefore I won't have any shoes? No. I will have shoes which are taken out in the, what is that, portico. And where will I keep out my hat and coat when I enter? I'll keep off my hat and coat as soon as I enter the door. Hang them there, right? It can be a raincoat, it can be an umbrella, all kept just inside the door. Then I went further in. So I am coming from outside. So I will go to my room and would like to change. So where should I keep the clothes that I have just took off? I'll put it in the washing bag. No, I'll go topsy-turvy. Why? Samadarshinaha. So now I'll walk inside with the shoes and I'll throw my hat outside the room. What is that? Outside the house. And put my dirty clothes on the dining table. That cannot be possible. So the sage is not unwise. At the same time, he doesn't see differences. In the sense, when we say the seer sees, it is different seeing. Seeing is interacting with the world for them. They will interact with equanimity with the whole of the creation. Putting the things in their right places. That is called wisdom. Instead, we in our attachments, we neither see oneness, nor do we discriminate impartially. In discrimination, we are also partial, biased. Our discrimination is also biased. So we have to put ourselves right, and to put ourselves right, we need to do certain practices, sadhana. So the 5th chapter will lead us to the 6th chapter. The 6th chapter indicates about the practical aspect as to how to put our mind in that equanimous state.